December 20, 1812. In Berlin, Germany, a book was published. Not a children's book, not a bedtime story, but a raw collection of violence, fear, and survival. This was the first edition of Kinder- und Hausmärchen, what we now call Grimm's fairy tales. And the stories you think you know were never meant to be told this way. Early 19th century Europe was not a gentle place. Child mortality was high, poverty was widespread, violence was part of everyday life. Stories were not told to entertain children. They were told to warn, discipline, and explain danger. Fairy tales were oral survival manuals. And that is exactly what the Grimm brothers set out to preserve. Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm were not fantasy writers. They were linguists, historians, collectors of German folk culture. Their goal was simple: preserve disappearing oral folk tales as accurately as possible. In 1812, they published the first volume. It contained 86 stories. No censorship, no soft endings, no concern for children, just the stories, as people actually told them. In the original Snow White, the queen does not simply fail. She orders a huntsman to kill Snow White and bring back her lungs and liver as proof. Later, at the wedding, the queen is punished. She is forced to wear red-hot iron shoes and dance until she dies. There is no mercy, only consequence. In the original Cinderella, the stepsisters want the slipper at any cost. One cuts off her toes. The other cuts off her heel. Blood fills the shoe. Later, birds peck out their eyes as punishment. This was not romance. It was a warning. Deceit demands payment. In the 1812 version, Little Red Riding Hood is eaten. That's it. No woodsman, no rescue, no second chance. The message was brutally clear. Stray from the path, and you die. Because they reflected reality, these stories taught: do not trust strangers, obey rules, fear the world, because it is dangerous. They were moral tools, not fantasies. Cruel, yes, but honest. As the 19th century progressed, everything changed. Education expanded, childhood became protected, morality shifted. The Grimm brothers themselves began revising the stories. Violence was softened, sexual elements removed, Christian morals added. By 1857, the final edition had 211 stories. And the fairy tales became safe. Disney didn't create the happy endings. He inherited them. By the time Disney adapted Grimm stories in the 20th century, they were already sanitized. Disney simply completed the transformation. Fear became fantasy. Punishment became romance. Death became happily ever after. In making fairy tales safe, we lost something important: their honesty. The original Grimm tales did not promise happiness. They promised survival. They said, the world is dangerous, learn quickly. And maybe that is why they still haunt us. On December 20, 1812, the world did not receive a children's book. It received a mirror, a reflection of fear, cruelty, and human nature. The fairy tales you love today were born in darkness, and perhaps that is why they endure.